Eli. I was humming along, mindlessly stomping through the brush, my earbuds in, music blasting in my ears. The kind of walk that usually ended with me tripping over a rock. But today I was feeling extra carefree, or maybe just reckless. Maybe a little bit of both. I kicked a twig out of my way, grinning at the ridiculousness of the whole situation. There was a part of me that really didn't belong here in the mountains, but I was doing my best to pretend I did. My aunt's place was supposed to be this peaceful sanctuary, but all I felt was itchy. So, I was out here, pretending to get in touch with nature or whatever. And then I saw it. A massive shape moving through the trees ahead of me. My heart dropped into my stomach. It was too big to be anything else. A grizzly. The thing was huge. It was like someone had dropped a boulder into the woods, and it started moving. I froze. My breath caught in my throat. The only sound now was the pounding of my heartbeat. I took one step back, then another. But then, I heard a growl. Low, grating, like the earth itself was threatening to swallow me whole. My hands went clammy as panic shot through me. What was I supposed to do? The music in my headphones might as well have been 100 miles away. A bear. A freaking grizzly. Was I supposed to play dead? Was I supposed to run? Screw that. I didn't know what the hell to do, but I wasn't about to be the bear's next snack. Without thinking, I turned and scrambled toward the nearest tree, my legs pumping faster than they ever had. I needed to get up. Get off the ground. Up, 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 anywhere away from those massive claws. I didn't stop to think about anything else. The only thing I could focus on was getting my butt to safety. I hauled myself up, adrenaline blurring everything around me, not realizing I was climbing into the same tree as someone else. That was, until I heard the shout. What the hell? A voice rang out above me, and I nearly toppled backward from the shock. My heart did a flip. I whipped my head around to see a guy, Luke, I think his name was, sitting on one of the branches above me. His eyes were wide in surprise, his hand gripping something that looked like a gun. I froze. My brain scrambled to catch up with what was happening. Who the hell are you? I shouted back, my voice sounding a little too high-pitched for my liking. He gave me a glare so intense I thought it could have burned me. What the hell do you think you're doing? I was still panting, trying to get my bearings, when I realized there was a bear circling below. The ground was too far down, and the tree felt too high, but I was stuck. So was Luke, apparently. I glared up at him, barely able to control my breathing. You're in my tree. I sputtered. I'm up here because of that thing. I pointed downward at the bear, who was still sniffing around. What's your excuse? You're yelling, Luke grumbled, looking more irritated than scared. You think that's helping? I blinked, incredulous. I think I'm in a tree to avoid being eaten alive, and you're up here yelling at me? What the hell kind of logic is that? Luke made a low sound in the back of his throat, clearly frustrated, but still not giving up his spot, which, I couldn't help but notice, was higher than mine. Typical. It's called not attracting the bear. You think I climbed this damn tree for fun? He scowled, pointing down. The last thing you want to do is make noise when there's a predator nearby, city boy. City boy, I hissed, but the words caught in my throat when the bear made another low rumble from the ground. I felt my palms sweat even more. Yeah, Luke said with a sarcastic grin. You city people never know what you're doing. Running through the woods, yelling like a lunatic, probably attracting every animal within a 5-mile radius. Great job, by the way. I gritted my teeth. Oh, sure, blame the city guy for the bear. You think maybe it's your stupid gun that's drawing attention down there? I pointed at the rifle he was still holding, and he gave me a look that was equal parts skeptical and annoyed. I'm just scouting for deer, he muttered. But sure, let's blame the rifle. How's that working out for you, genius? I wasn't trying to blame you. I shot back, though I could tell my voice was way too sharp for someone supposed to be calm and collected in the face of a bear. I was flustered, scared, and my emotions were running hot and cold. But you have to admit, I was being quiet, and you were. He cut me off, eyes narrowing. You weren't being quiet. You were screaming like you were in a horror movie. Seriously, did they teach you nothing about the woods back there in the city? Clearly not. I muttered, my grip on the branch tightening as the bear moved closer. But maybe, just maybe, if we stop yelling at each other, we can both survive this. Luke paused for a moment, his eyes on the bear. After a long beat, he finally gave a reluctant nod. Fair enough. Just keep quiet. And for the love of all that's holy, stop yelling at me. Fine. I grumbled back, feeling the full weight of embarrassment settle in my chest. The bear might be circling below, but the real danger was apparently Luke's judgment. We were going to be stuck in this damn tree for who knows how long. And it looked like the only thing we had in common was the fact that neither of us had any idea how to get out of this situation without embarrassing ourselves further.